All right, so in this section, we're talking about angles, a whole bunch. So anyway, here are 4 of the main rules about angles. So let's talk about them real quick. So if you have rule number 1, turning a complete circle is 360 degrees. That probably doesn't come as a surprise to you, yeah. So, you're not likely to ever use that explicitly, like, hey, I wonder what this angle is. Hey, it's a 360-degree angle, because how would you draw that? But, maybe you've got something like this, and you say, hey, that's a 40-degree angle. I wonder what this angle here is. Oh, well, it's the entire circle minus the 40 degrees, which is 320 degrees. Okay, and so you might use it for something like that. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2, or fact number 2, in a triangle, all 3 angles add up to 180. So if I say, oh, well, that's 25 degrees, and that's 115, then what's that guy? Well, it'll be the entire 180 minus the 25 minus the 115. And let's see, which is 40 degrees. Okay, so it might be something like that. Okay, rule number 3, a straight line is a 180-degree angle. So, for example, a place where you might use that, you might say, hey, I've got this 150-degree angle here. So what's this one? Well, I know that the whole thing is a semicircle, or in other words, the line I start on and the line I end on are all one straight line, hence the straight line rule. And therefore, it'll be the entire 180, half a circle, minus the 150 I know, and that'll leave me 30 degrees. Okay. Okay, and then of course the parallel line rule. This one says that if you've got a couple of parallel lines, so they never touch at the same slope, and you have some other line cutting across them, I tend to call it a cutter because it cuts across, although it's actually called transversal. If you've got a line cutting across them, then that's going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and it turns out out of those 8 angles that look the same are the same. Okay, so let's say this is about 120 degrees right here. I'll just leave off that the degree mark for now. But well, this angle here looks to be the same. It is. Okay, and oh, so does this one, and so does this one. So they are. And by the same token, let's see, using rule number 3, these have to add up to 180, this one and this one, which means this guy is going to be 60. And this guy looks to be the same, and so does this, and so does this. Okay, and so that is rule number 4. They look the same, they are the same. When you have a cutter or a line cutting across 2 parallel lines. And the last one, number 5, I kind of just used it. Vertical angles are equal. Okay, so what are vertical angles? I actually kind of used that already. So vertical angles are angles that are straight across from each other at an intersection point. You don't have to worry about what angle they meet at, or parallel, or anything like that. If 2 lines meet, then angles that are straight across from each other across that intersection point, they're the same. These guys are straight across from each other, they're the same. and these guys, and these guys. Those are all examples of vertical angles, okay? So those are the rules, okay? So I think we'll end here and start a new one.